Theater 80 at the 80 St. Mark's Place of the Lower East Side of New York City is the place that carries on a generational cultural function. This has helped to distinguish the East Village from the Lower East Side of Manhattan. Having an infamous history behind this, the previous owner, Walter Scheib, who ran renowned Speakeasy in the same building during the times of the Prohibition era of the 1920s, was closely affiliated with the notorious American gangsters of those times. We've decided to pay a visit and see what this place is really all about.
This is Howard Allen. He bought the theater in 1964 from Walter Scheib. And now this is used kind of like as an additional Walk of Fame area. So any handprint that can't be displayed outside from any celebrity, it gets put in here. So for example, Joan Rivers left us her handprints. We would have put it outside had she not shoved her ring in the cement. So, so just being afraid of people stealing it. Curtain here, and we will notice that the original entrance is still on the wall. So this is where you would have come in.
Wow.
After coming through all those tunnels. Now those tunnels are condemned, so we can't go through there. Things in this room primarily are kind of like talking about the origins of organized crime that's said in the video, dating back to pre-revolutionary war and involvement with the slave trade and everything like that. So this is kind of like the build-up kind of to that. If that makes sense.
I understand that.
I often ask people what John Hancock did for a living. First guess that he was lawyer, but that he sold insurance. That John Hancock.
Did you read the story of Jesse James? About how he lived, how he died. You liked him. You want some more? Well, listen to the story of Bonnie and Clyde. Okay, so Clyde had a girlfriend. She's so beautiful, and her name, Bonnie.
We were guided by tour guide Andy Lucian, who in his free time works to share the history of Theater 80 with visitors just like us.
Bonnie Parker and Clyde Barrow.
He would have went down those stairs, he would have went around that corner, and he would have went to his office, put the money in the safe. One of the things we like showing people is the ricochet mark right here. We also ask people not to touch it. Well, one day, someone was checking the drop box who really shouldn't have been. Frank, or one of his associates, found him, pulled a gun, fired, ricocheted right there. You'll notice there's no second ricochet mark anywhere.
Yep.
Yeah. And more than likely killed him as well. I mean, one bullet probably wouldn't have done the trick. Or maybe it did. Went into the individual, and we believe that individual was killed down here.
Bonnie and Clyde. Oh, what? They wrote about us.
I always tell people this is my own rules. You find any other bullet holes that we haven't pointed out yet, don't touch those either. No, just one to check. Yep. Go into the other room.
Shut them up when they start shouting. Bonnie and Clyde. Bonnie and
We'll
Clyde.
see some down here. It looks frequently. If you look back at the door, you notice that it's all set up on a pulley
Every
system.
time a policeman
That
gets
is
killed,
because Frank wanted to make sure he knew how his escape route worked, whether the electricity was on or not. See that whole pulley mechanism. So even if they cut his electricity, he still knows that that door latches in place. It then slides to the side, put it on, reverse the process, and kept him out. He has another door right here for the building.
Bonnie and Clyde. Now whenever we try to settle down.
Let's go into his office. This is the other safe. But this is the one that was found totally empty.
3 days later.
And so usually during the tour, you're trying to explain, trying to get people to the world of this place. So if you're a cop, you're coming down here, you're already hyped because I mean, arresting Frank Hoffman would have been one of the greatest, arrest of your career. So the first thing you encounter is that metal door. Let's say for some reason it's your lucky day and it only took 15 minutes to get through. It would have taken a lot longer, but it's your lucky day. You get through that door, next thing, let's say he has guards waiting on the other side of that door. Now you're being funneled through a tiny entrance into a gun battle. You've got no statistical advantage. But let's say you survive. Like you survive that. Now you got to deal with another metal door. Now you're already excited because you're chasing a criminal. You just survived the gun battle, and now you have to deal with another metal door.
Basically, what Andy tried to explain here is that even if officers would be lucky enough to survive passing by first metal door, they would be stuck in front of second one, and only access through it would be 2 ventilation points on both sides of the door that were connected to the time bomb. And once they would knock it off to pass to their target, tick, 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 and boom. We'll see you at Theater 80. Thank you for listening to our broadcast. It was Azamat Doshan and
Abigail Brosnan.